Hello everyone and welcome back to SGTV. We have a well-known face in the industry joining us today. We have Darren Staniforth in the studio. Darren, it's good to have you here.
Thank you very much, Ben. I'm really excited to be here.
Good. So what actually brings you here today?
Well, you may have noticed I'm all logoed up.
Well, yeah, repping the colours.
For a very good reason. I've joined a group, so officially this is my start date. I've joined the group as Head of Technical Engagement, which is quite a long title, and I believe there's quite a lot to be done with that title. I've been talking for many years and working with the Scolmore group for many years, and it seemed a natural fit and the next step of my career to join Scolmore. They've got lots of things that I enjoy doing and excited about. So it just seemed like a natural marriage, really. So I'm officially here.
Yeah, it's exciting to have you here. So what is it, technical engagement. So what does that involve then?
Yeah, well, this was the big discussions that I used to have with Marie and the owner, just about what can we do, what can we get out of this. There is a demand at the moment for as much technical information as possible. Contractors out there not only want to know about fitting a socket, but why they fit sockets, where the sockets perform best. So what we're going to be doing as a group is really drilling down into all the technicalities of sockets, switches, lights, everything that we do here to make sure that our installers, people that choose our accessories, our lights, all of our equipment to fit, they're going to be some of the best knowledgeable electricians that you could choose.
And you're going to be getting involved with SGTV too, is that right?
Of course, we can't do it without the help of SGTV. We've got to get the message out there. And how we get the message out there to the many is using stuff like this. We're going to be using lots of new innovations, lots of technology that we can use to get out there as well. This is one of them, and we're going to be using many, many more.
Yeah, and one thing we try to mention to our audience as well is we're always keen to get feedback from our customers and from our viewers of the things they want to see on SGTV. So if people out there have got content they want us to be talking about, or more specifically Darren in terms of technical engagement, then let us know. You know, put a comment in the description, and we can do something about that.
That's exactly right. I mean, what we're hoping to do here is get rid of some of the myths. So if there's some of the myths about what type of switch can you fit with LED lights, we're going to be looking at finding out, first of all, why you can't just fit any switch. And then we're going to be looking at what specific products will help you provide the solutions. And it really is about finding those solutions to the problems that are out there. So this is where I fit in, because I'll be looking at the technicalities of those problems, and then us as a company will provide the solutions.
Yeah, and you've got a world of experience with this kind of thing.
Well, yes.
My knowledge of electrical work isn't the best, to be honest. So it's good to have someone with some actual experience on the show.
I mean, I've been before here working with the biggest scheme organisation in the electrical industry for 14 years. Before there, I was involved with training as a head of training over at Bedford College. Before there, a contracts manager in the electrical industry. This job that I've got now, talking to Gary, the owner, and talking to all the bosses here, this really brings all those skills together into one big melting pot where I can then help as many electricians as possible, which is the big bit I'm looking forward to. It's just trying to make it a little bit easier out there. We appreciate it is hard, trying to be a contract manager, trying to be a director of sales, director of finances, plus you've got to be a head technically as well than your competitor. It's hard out there. We at Scolmore are just going to try and make it a little bit easier.
Tell us a bit about where you actually got into the industry and how you came to here now.
So, can I remember it? Right, now here we go.
It's a long time ago, black and white.
So back in, when they used to have careers officers back in the day,
I had one of them. He told me to clean my shoes. that was his advice, clean your shoes.
When I went in, my dad was an electronics engineer, and I went in and said, what do you want to be? I said, I want to be the same as my dad. And they got it all wrong when they done the printout. So I used to get this printer that just printed out loads of jobs that should be specific for you. And one of them came along as electrician. And me being me, I said, I think that's what he does, yeah. Well, in the end, I ended up doing a 2-week work experience with a local electrical contractor. Loved it, absolutely loved it.
Learned loads of swear words.
I learned how to swear, how to not make tea, how to get up in lofts off the back of someone's shoulders. You name it, I learned all the things that you're not really meant to learn, and went home absolutely buzzing about it every day. From there, I was lucky enough to get a job very early on. In fact, I left school a little bit earlier than others because I had the opportunity of the job. And then sort of like within 2 weeks of leaving school, I was back at the school fixing the sports hall lights. So when I just thought I'd escaped, I ended up going back to that school to sit there working. The only trouble was I didn't get to leave at 3 o'clock when everyone else did. So it worked really well for me. I was very lucky. My first employer, Harrison Electrical, I couldn't have asked for a better employer, really. Not only did they put up with me learning as an apprentice, but they put up with me learning as an adolescent. So I've done all the things that most teenagers do or don't do. I had some amazing people teaching me. Andrew Morrow was someone absolutely brilliant. Finished his time and then gone on to being an electrician. Absolutely superb guy. As an engineer as well. And then Christian Allbone, again, some amazing guys there that I really looked up to at that time. From there, I finished my qualification, and the tutor at the time suggested that I should continue my studies. So I did do, and the company very kindly let me do that, until an opportunity actually came up at Bedford College, where my lecturers at the time believed that I had everything going for me to go forward and move into the academic side of things. I did do for a little bit, but then went back out into industry to become a contracts manager with a really large contracting firm situated in around Bedford. We used to do work up and down the M1 corridors, mainly new house builds. So
it's a good experience though, isn't it?
McCann's, McAlpines and stuff like that. So again, it was a new area for me. Previously, it was a lot of commercial work, schools and stuff like that, and this was into the domestic world. And then from there, went back to education again, where I used to head up the small course divisions. So all the stuff that the guys are doing out there to further their careers, the PAT testing, the regs courses, the 2391 as it was then, this inspection testing qualification, got involved with all that. Part P kicked in then, controversy.
Yeah.
So should you do it? There was a 2-week course available. We as a college, look, do we, don't we? But we set some parameters. You can only approach it after a certain amount of tests and stuff like that. And then NIC came calling. So at that point, I moved over to NIC when they moved up to their office in Dunstable, and I've been with NIC working either on the training provisions or on events, which you've probably seen me at.
Yeah, everyone out there would have seen you.
For the last 8 years, I've been on events with Tony. Started off with Tony, previously been working on my own or with Jake and the team there at NIC, and I've loved my time there, learnt loads there. And the big thing is, although these times we can't see the contractors that are out there as much, that's the big bit that I still get. As a tutor, as someone who does these events, the big bit for me when I go home is I've helped, and that's the big bit. So
yeah, I think that's the driving point for a lot of people, isn't it? When they've actually feel like they've contributed to their day or to someone else's career. That's definitely a big thing.
Even as a lecturer, you'd sort of disappear for the day as a lecturer, get in your car, you'd start driving home, and just to have one of the students say, I get it now. I didn't understand it before, but now you show me again, I get it. That was just enough to power you up to get back in there the next day and do it all again. Whereas some of the jobs can be quite grinding. And again, with this job, you're travelling on your own a lot on the motorways, but you get there, you deliver something, some content that helps, makes it easier. And all of a sudden you get someone say thank you, and it makes it all worthwhile.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been myself and Darren on SGTV. As we mentioned before, there's going to be a lot more episodes featuring Darren, more technically based. So if you want to check them out, then please make sure you're liking, subscribing and hitting the notification button below. And we'll see you all next time.